Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Hip Hop Babies.
Yes, sir, ski.
You know what it is. It's your host, Dad Lee. Boy Ray with me, as always. And we doing CHROMAKOPIA by Tyler, the Creator, today. Exciting, bro. Exciting. It's been a long time since we got something from Tyler. Since this one? This one, right? Call Me If You Get Lost?
Yep, Call Me If You Get Lost.
That's the last one?
Yep. The Deluxe. Yeah, I think the Deluxe came out in 2022, right?
That's kind of crazy.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, another chapter in a storied history for, one of our favorite LA creators, Tyler, the Creator. He's a well-respected man in the game at this point. A different time reviewing him than when we touched back on the last one. So
yeah, Call Me If You Get Lost. He did big numbers. Just like Igor took another step, right? Getting the worldwide listener's ear on your side definitely was a big point of Igor. And then this one, and Call Me If You Get Lost, he's been continually growing. Because when he first started, the Odd Future movement, which was strictly really alternative, dark hip hop. He blew up with the Yonkers video, but before that, he did Bastard, which was really dark. And then even Goblin, a really dark album. He had a hit on there and took off ever since. And then Odd Future, Earl, Frank Ocean, Sid, Steve Lacy, Haji Beats, or Haji. All them artists kind of started from this group, this Cali group that just wanted to make, music in their own way. Ever since a certain point, but Wolf being the standout album as far as like me growing up listening to him, he's been constantly changing, like you said, the image, whether it's the way he's promoting the album, whether it's the way he's rapping, whether it's the way he's allowing the fan to understand more about him, right? Get them to relate to what he's talking about or to see what he's dealing with outside of the music. And I think he's gotten better at that with time.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten better with time. Just getting people on his side, getting people to understand what he's about. I just feel like it was so easy to relate to him and just know that he was going to be a great artist. But like nowadays, you see the maturity, more people being receptive to it. I really do appreciate, seeing the progression of the perspective, but still being on brand for what he does as an artist throughout. Doesn't ever compromise what he does artistically for a new chapter of his life. This is good, man. This is just another good addition to this long list of albums that he's got. It's definitely one of the hardest first listens for an album of his for me. Didn't really like it too much on first listen. It was really like, cinematic or grandeur, and I was just like, what are we doing here? Over time, you see what he's going for. I mean, it all kind of blends together. That is one thing that happens with artists, like, they transition their music. I do like it when I understand it, but in the beginning of a project, I can find it disorienting because I don't know where I am. And that's not usually a complaint I ever have, but when you're trying to get an album, you don't really know what you're listening to yet. The music isn't really making too much sense. It is disorienting. So, I don't know. I wasn't really rocking with the sound, with the marching. I like it now. Whistling in the background, this like strange buildup. I'm like, what are we getting into, man?
It's a lot. As usual, it's produced, written, and arranged by him. Whatever setup he has the creative freedom to do a lot. And I think with that, it's going to come some pacing issues. And I think with this album, on first listen, I won't say that I didn't like it at first, but the pacing did throw me off at first. But, the songs that did stand out on first listen did stand out. For example, Saint Chroma. I think that song instantly hooked me. I had to replay it first listen. That hook, Daniel Caesar. Love me some Daniel Caesar as far as, R&B music. When you want to hear that vibe of music, he makes a great type of music in that lane. But I think, Tyler hitting him up to come and help with the background vocals and help with some of the hooks on this album really stood out. And just the lyrics, from the get-go, can you feel the light? My mama make it out, all that stuff. Like, he was just talking about how, he's had to continuously move and how he had to continuously hustle and do certain things to get where he's at now, but also still have that fire to create and keep moving, right? And seeing Tyler, at this point, especially like we said with Igor and even Flower Boy, have hits on a bigger scale, it's been impressive to see. It's been motivational, you know, and I think, you know, that intro was a moment for me, you know, just hearing him kind of get that out on a track was kind of dope. And then you get into Ratata, and we're talking about pacing, right? It's just, we're going super like low key, or like, you know, super like, I'm talking about, you know, super personal stuff, and then we're going into a banger.
I love the first track too. Like now I like it. You know, this shit could just rock you. I'm sure seeing it live, that would have been real tough, bro. It would have shook me. When you hear it for the first time, you're like, I don't know. But he's just doing something different. Kind of really why I started keep on coming back. And I'm never adverse to an artist, you know, trying to make a change. I welcome it, especially if I trust the artist. I'm in for it. And yeah, Daniel Caesar was crazy on there, bro. Yeah, you get dropped right into Ratatata. That's the banger right there. That's it.
100,000 on me. Couple thousand on me. Crazy moment. I mean, even before that, right? You know, he was roll my windows up. Like, I love how Tyler's always talked about cars in his raps, and I love that he keeps doing that. Darling I was a beautiful song, and that kind of gave me Beamer, or like, you know, old school Tyler. You know, he's doing the love song, but he's doing it in his way. He's talking about it in a kind of semi-toxic, like Tyler way. It's not just a full-on love song. A little off-putting, right? But when you listen to the lyrics, but it slaps. It's a bang. It's a beautiful song. And, you know, you got Tizo in the hook. Of course, we talked about Tizo all this year. Killing hooks, and this is another example of that. And the bridge. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Just giving people those moments. One thing about Tyler is that even when he was doing the more shock value stuff, he's made beautiful music. It's continuously gotten better. He's continuously been able to show that more. And this is another example of that. But there's moments on here. I brought up Ratata, I Killed You, Thought I Was Dead, or Sticky, right? Where he's doing bangers. But then he has a moment with like Hey Jane or Judge Judy, right? Where he's really just opening up, talking about something that's like, I've never heard, especially recently, a more mainstream artist talk about that, and just open up in a way that's like, wow, you know, you've been really going through it, you know, trying to just be more open with your fans. Noid is a moment like that too, you know, just talking about dealing with fame and also dealing with being this person that is growing in popularity, growing in age.
He does that really well, though, you know. The other music, if you go back and listen to it, it sounds better now. Cherry Bomb was kind of, you either saw the vision or you didn't. You know, you can go back to listen to that and be like, still finding the same kind of production quality and attention to detail as you would back then as you do now. He's got different tools. Some might say better tools, more experience. If you're already a Tyler fan, you already know that you like a bunch of different versions of him. So why wouldn't you like this one? It's really hard to sit here and be like, oh, I don't like this, unless you're just clinging on to the past. This shit's fire. Sometimes, I agree with you, it just like, we get that random storytelling moment and you won't really be locked into that. You'll be locked in on a different vibe because you was listening to the bangers. So these songs by themselves are really good. I do think that sometimes it can be abrupt. I can't really complain because I like the songs. You know, I like the songs. I think you said it a week ago or something. You were like, yeah, I didn't like it at first because of the pacing, but then I hit shuffle on it and I was like, oh, okay, I can see.
Nah, I didn't say that. My homie Joey told me that. He said the pacing felt off when he listened to it, you know, the first few times, and even, you know, during certain situations, he was saying that, you know, when he listened to it in order, he didn't really enjoy it that much, but in the shuffle order, when he listened to it, it was like, wow, this album's really good. Maybe the arrangement didn't hit for you this time. I think that there is some moments where I'm like, for example, like Tomorrow, even though I like Tomorrow. Take Your Mask Off in Tomorrow, but then you got Sticky right before that, right? And Sticky's a banger. You know, you got Lil Wayne, Glorilla, Sexy Red, Highlight. I love that track. And you got Take Your Mask Off, which is crazy. I love Take Your Mask Off. Talking about keeping it real. Again, it was a sharp transition, but wow, this is an amazing track. The hook, you know, just going into about how, like, you know, you have to be real with yourself. Don't get stuck in the fake or else you're going to regret certain decisions in your life. And he was talking about specific people, it sounded like. Of course, I don't know who those people are, but just the music, the way he was going in about people being on the DL or like not being true with themselves was awesome to me. How he went in on himself at the end, you know, calling himself out, which Tyler is known to do, right? And I think moments like that on this album really did help when the pacing did kind of throw me off. At least the songs were really good. And it's one of those things where we've seen Tyler make great albums before. So it might be one of those things where it's like, oh man, you've done this before so well. Why is the pacing fell off?
He'll probably have a deluxe, probably do something different, And
I think so, yeah, for sure. Even Hey Jane, right? Deeply emotional track. Pregnancy scare. Tyler was hooking up with someone and then, they're talking about how they might be pregnant and he was trying to be understanding and tell her it's her choice. And if she does certain things, it's okay. He's not trying to push certain things. But he's thinking about himself, of course. He's like, I don't know if I'm ready to be a dad at this point. And then certain things happen and it works out. Then it goes into I Killed You, which is, again, interesting, right? I Killed You is more upbeat. It has Childish Gambino ad-libs randomly, especially near the end, right? He's riffing and stuff. And then you get Judge Judy, which is another really emotional, talking about a situation where he was with a woman or a friend and then they were hooking up and then, they weren't judging each other. They were open. They were communicating what they liked, what they didn't like. Everything was cool, but, it wasn't super serious. And then out of nowhere, he gets a letter and then she's informing him that some sickness has gotten to her brain and that she's gone. And if you're getting this message, it's too late, but, and he thanks her for not judging him and letting him be free. And again, when you just hearing it, it sounds cool, but when you really listen to it, that's a sad ass track. It's a sad ass moment. But then it goes into Sticky, just talking about the order. It's just like, what is, sometimes I get what you're saying. It's like, what is going on?
I Killed You was about people like wearing their natural hair. And that's like part of the thing that was going on with the hair on the album cover, which I was like a little confused about at first, but it's hair positivity, bro. I mean, fuck it, bro. Sometimes, I don't know, it's about him. Sometimes it's about, the audience, and I just feel like maybe I need more time to listen to it. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's something missing for me. It's a great album. That's why we're talking about it. So I'm sure it will continue to grow. There's not a lot to complain about on here. Most of the time, I'm just enjoying the production, kicking back, enjoying the stories, enjoying the bangers. I did think Sticky, man, why couldn't the verses be longer, bro? Just cut Lil Wayne out, bro. Lil Wayne got beef with LA at this point, bro. Cut Lil Wayne out, make Glow and Sexy's part a little bit longer,
I fucked with it. I fucked with it.
I'm sure it was good, bro. It wasn't.
Better find a mop, it's getting sticky in this bitch. Having Lil Wayne in there was dope. Glow killed it. Sexy Red, it's a fun track, man. I don't know, man. Yeah. Don't cut out Lil Wayne. Don't cut out Lil Wayne. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just wanted it longer, bro. I mean, maybe he could have made the track longer, but I felt like it was just a little too short lived. Like it was really hype, and I was like, damn, bro, what's life after this song? Don't hit no more.
What? Take your mask off? Come on, man. No, again, a harsh transition though, right?
That's what I thought, bro. The last hype moment, with the Doechii on Balloon, even though it wasn't the closing track, I thought it was a great way to lead into the closing. The energy matching, not a lot of artists can get that same energy that Tyler has. But I seen the live stream. I wasn't there, wasn't in person, but I seen the live stream, bro. That Doechii and the Doechii and Tyler link up, bro, was crazy. She was going absolutely ape shit. I just think it's hella dope seeing these artists get pushed up because of how talented they are, and she just deserves to be up there. So she's getting her moment. One of the best features on here, so it's really good.
Yeah, Doechii stood out. Doechii's verse was dope. Yeah, Balloon was a different track in general. The uppity beat, but then the aggressive ass lyrics and aggressive flows. But I love Balloon. You kind of went over like him. I really like him. Even like him, the Balloon was a hard transition, but like him, knowing Tyler, listening to tracks like Awkward or Patch talking about how his dad wasn't there, and then hearing him make a track about how, people around him or his mom said he looks like his dad, or, his shoulders or certain things, certain aspects. He didn't even know or doesn't know what his dad looked like. I'm chasing a ghost. I don't even know what this person was, who he was, but, I get comments all the time that I look like him. Again, another emotional moment, right? You know, I'm a person, you know, I've always had my dad around for the most part. So I'm hearing another perspective like that was kind of like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And especially because Tyler has always, again, opened up about it. But hearing him open up about it at that level was a crazy moment. And then having Baby Keem just pop up and say, huh, was kind of funny. Huh. But then you got Thought I Was Dead. I love Thought I Was Dead with Schoolboy Q. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, albums is a roller coaster. I don't know if he did that on purpose. Maybe the deluxe, he'll sequence it differently. But it's a great album. It's been growing on me. For a second, I didn't know if he was going to drop this year. I'm glad he did because I feel like it was a good year for him to drop. And I also do think that this album was worth a listen and is worth all the numbers, all the praise that Tyler has been getting. It's another stone, another positive thing.
Literally, like I was saying about different tools, like you seen the music videos, bro, like the people he got in the music videos, he just got like probably like top 5 most respect, cred amongst like creatives in general, just with the ability, the prolific nature of how he produces things is just amazing to watch. Somebody who not only has the potency in the craft, but the ability to perform the craft consistently like him, like you said earlier, inspiring. Even if it's not my favorite, to be able to see him have the freedom to do stuff like that and make an album that I could see potentially being somebody else's favorite Tyler the Creator album is dope. So you got a top 3 tracks for this project in case people don't want to listen to it in order because they feel like they might go to sleep. Nah, I'm playing.
Yeah, you're wilding. My first one is Saint Chroma. Love that intro. Beautiful track. My second one is Thought I Was Dead. I really love him and Schoolboy Q's energy. I love when they do tracks together. I like the energy he brought on that one. And then my third one, Take Your Mask Off. Yeah, everything Daniel Caesar did on this album, awesome. An eye-opening moment as far as like Tyler just opening up. That's my 3.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I got Darling Eye, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy song composition. After that, I got Sticky. Somebody had to make Lil Wayne feel like he was included because, you know, he's been feeling sour since he didn't get that.
We already started the Lil Wayne slander before the Kendrick review.
Let me stop, bro. Let me stop. I'm just joking, bro. All right, next one, I got Balloon. Balloon is my third favorite. I felt like that was the best feature on there besides the singers, you know, and that was a really good way to, you know, finish up the album and get ready for I Hope You Find Your Way Home, which was a great closer. We didn't get talked about, but I do want to say the closing and the intro, the way that they like lead into each other if you loop the album, I really enjoyed it. That's it. That's how we do it. So thank y'all so much for watching this episode of Hip Hop Babies. Make sure y'all go stream that album. Make sure y'all leave a like. Make sure you comment. And don't forget to subscribe. It's Christmas, bro. You know, just be nice for one time. For real.
Please.
If you made it to this part of the video, shout out to you. I'm going to let Ray take it away.
Thanks, Deadly, as usual, for holding it down, man. Tyler, man, another dope album. Was wondering if you dropped this year. Glad you did. Man, producing all this, doing all this as usual, man. Crazy work. And I do think this is another moment to be proud of. I've been a fan for years, and I do think that your progression has been insane. And even though this, as Deadly said, might not be my favorite project, this is up there. This year, this will probably be in my top 10 list. Nah, this will be in my top 10 list. Yeah, Odd Future for life, man. Odd Future for life, man. I'm glad to be an Odd Future fan since day one. And it's been dope to see that besides all the shock value, besides all the crazy stuff, you survived. So, man, shout out to you. Thanks to everybody watching, of course. And with that being said, peace.